Does your furry friend take over your bed every night? It's time to reclaim your space while giving them the comfort they deserve with the coldest, cozy dog bed. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to buy now on Amazon.
A carer who walked into a freezing river with 2 babies and threatened to drown them before brave passers-by rushed to the rescue, walked free from court today. Rhonda Mystek, 31, was suffering from mental trauma and wanted to end her life after receiving a letter from the Home Office alerting her to the expiration of her visa before the shocking incident, a court heard. The woman, who moved to the UK from India in 2021, told bypassers not to rescue her and to just live your life and leave me here, as she had ended up in the worst situation and couldn't find any help from anyone. The distressed carer and the 2 infants were rescued by members of the public who were praised by a judge was their extraordinary bravery after 2 schoolgirls spotted the woman edging deeper into the water. Today she was pictured walking free from Winchester Crown Court after she was handed a 2-year community order, while the judge said the case exemplifies how vulnerable those who take out visas and rely upon sponsors are. Winchester Crown Court, Hants, heard on October 26 last year. Mystek entered the Itchen River, near the Cobden Bridge in Southampton, with 2 young children. Prosecuting Maria Carrasco's KC said members of the public saw the defendant carrying the children into the water up to their shoulder depth and heard her saying that she was going to kill herself and the children. On the edge of the waters, the defendant left a suicide note which stated that she wanted to kill the children. The note was addressed to all the higher officials, the court heard. "I don't know any other way because I am in mental stress of my firm," Mystek wrote. "I don't find any help from anyone. My husband will explain everything to all about the worst situation." It was heard that 2 12-year-old schoolgirls witnessed Mystek going deeper into the water. Ms. Carrasco's KC said, the schoolgirls saw the defendant proceed further into the water to her shoulder height, with the water up to the babies' necks, although they noted that the defendant was keeping the babies' heads up quite high. They heard the babies screaming and sounding distressed. The weather was cold that day and the babies were described as being really scared. Simon Ling, a member of the public, watched the events unfold and proceeded to grab a life ring and informed police officers that he would go into the water. The bypasser was a strong swimmer and was able to reach Mystek. The prosecutor said one of the children was shivering heavily. The carer passed the children, who are not identified for legal reasons, over to him, and Mr. Ling recalled Mystek saying, "Do not bother coming back for me." Terence Dyer, Simon Tipper and Samuel Lesko noticed the police running towards a female in the water and decided to assist by slowly rowing a boat towards her. Ms. Carrasco's KC said, they paddled out slowly across the water so as not to frighten the defendant, who by this stage was stood in the middle of the river. When they reached her, she no longer had the children with her. Mr. Lesko tried to speak to a distressed Mystek, who told him, "You don't need to rescue me, just live your life and leave me here." He said she was discombobulated and stressed and in that moment, not right in the head. The prosecutor told the court, Mr. Lesko said to the defendant that this was a bad day but that it was not over, he was there to rescue her. Eventually, Mr. Lesko managed to get hold of her hand, pull her towards the boat and assist her in getting out of the water. Mr. Lesko said the carer went into immediate shock, so he put her into recovery position. She was later arrested. The carer told the emergency services that she had been suffering mental trauma. At the hospital, Mystek told doctors she had received correspondence from the Home Office unexpectedly, regarding the expiry of her visa. The prosecutor said, her stress levels increased and she could not face going through the visa application or losing her UK status. In later interviews, Mystek said her employer had told her she had to pay £20,000 for her sponsorship. The carer received a visa in 2021 for 2.5 years, which she explained to her boss, but he said if she did not give him the money in cash, he would cancel her visa. Mystek said she was being threatened.